definition of the players and the heroes, the teams. We're getting a Sumail Storm Spirit coming out for Nigma Galaxy and PARIVISION. It's the good old 9-class Slark support.
Yeah, it is. Sumail Storm is always a treat. He's probably the namesake for this hero, no matter how much time passes. When you think of Storm, you think of Sumail. He's the legend of this hero, and 9-class Slark, he's a real goober. He's going to cause a lot of chaos, a lot of shenanigans. Already doing it as he's running to the middle of nowhere, has his boots ready to pull waves and do who knows what nonsense.
Absolutely.
Get up to.
And it's as you know, as the panel said, one of those games where it could very much get to the point where PARIVISION, the sort of save potential of both of the supports could become quite irritating for Nigma Galaxy, who are going to have this sort of Storm and Panga that want to come just barreling through the team fights and on top of these sort of cores that they're going to look for kills against. I mean, what do you make of it? Do you think Nigma Galaxy is going to be able to break through that and get the chance to get the kills rolling in, or is PARIVISION going to be a little bit too slippery?
I think it depends a lot on the start there is. Coddle, we saw it 5-1 other game and it didn't look too hot, and that's because the early gameplay is very weak. Nigma Galaxy picked a lineup that's got a lot of small instances of damage. They've got a lot of poke, a lot of little skirmishes. They're very good at these small fights. And an upside for them is that PARIVISION doesn't have a pipe buyer. So they will be able to actually get their magic damage out on the enemies. The question is will they be able to latch on? Panel mentioned how slippery they are, right? So the Slark is the Weaver, it's all this avoidance. So can you actually connect, and can you have a good enough early game that you're allowed to actually press those skirmish spells on the enemy?
Looking at the mid lane, I feel like this is a bit of a throwback, right? I feel like I was watching this 10 years ago. Sumail Storm against No One DK.
This is a la TI6, TI7.
Yeah.
Sort of the peak for both of these players. No one has re-peaked, and Sumail trying to initiate his re-peak right now.
And so far, first few waves looking pretty good here for Sumail. With these creeps coming in under the tower, as he clears those up, he'll have that little bit, a couple of CS ahead.
Yeah, it's a roughly drawish lane is the most likely outcome. Storm can do a little bit better, DK can do a little bit better. Depends on execution. Sumail knows how to do it. Oftentimes the gameplay in the Storm versus these melee heroes is you walk past the wave and you throw the Remnant at the guy. You don't last hit the creeps with it. You sort of abuse your body and you use Remnant how efficient it is mana to damage.
And what do you sort of make of the potential from GH on the Coddle in a game like this? Because it's you know, support that are not a huge amount of support players are looking to play. But, GH obviously one of the greats on it.
Yeah, he is probably the best Coddle ever, I think. And it is a pretty bad Coddle game. It's really bad against Slark. It's pretty bad against Slardar these days. There's a leg day facet. When he presses the slow and you just run away, and he's really, really bad against Weaver. So it's a pretty difficult Coddle game. But he does have heroes he can buff up with the mana, and he can play this backline healer, saver, and not worry so much about the slow. So playing a different style, much more akin to the style we saw him win TI with back in TI7. This healing, sort of team protection Coddle. That is a lot of denies back-to-back. Good gracious, that just got outplayed.
CS at least overall between the cores on that top lane. Pretty close bottom lane. Ducalis coming in with a blast onto Noob. He's still got a swashbuckle, Noob. Ducalis not going to have the chance of a thing, but indeed Salve, the right click was coming in, so that Salve is immediately put to a stop. That's the Salve down the drain there, Quinn.
That's the lane over with, I think. But Ducalis, he's pulling the small camp. This wave's coming back. These heroes have no HP.
Satanic is getting aggressive, and he might just find Omar with that. He will.
Oh,
so
no.
First blood for Satanic in a lane where the off lane, he's wasted a Salve.
That is disastrous.
They get a Dragon Tail stun onto Sumail. Ducalis is in with the TP.
That's a high skill TP.
And Sumail's gone. Surely. Can he really live this? He cannot. A blast comes in. He is dead. Some early signs here of PARIVISION coming in with the sort of high skill plays here. Nigma Galaxy making some mistakes.
That was a really, really big TP. It takes very heads-up gameplay. I think it's probably comms from no one saying, hey, look, mate, this guy's too far in. Sumail, known for really wanting to push his advantage in mid. He was slightly winning the lane, but goes a little bit too far, bites off more than he can chew. And no one punishes it with the good comms and Dukalos with a quick TP. That's great play from them. In the meantime, bottom lane continues to be rough. Noob, rather. His inventory is very empty after wasting that stop, having to buy more regen. Satanic significantly up on net worth. Already 600.
Top lane. I'm sure tier 2000, he's getting the free farm, but so is the Slardar, so even trades really happening up on that lane as well.
Slark's still in his weak period. It's the daytime, but now night has hit. The wolves have howled "Ow!" as Slark is about to head off into the night and start causing a ruckus.
Trying to get the grab down to Satanic. But good dodging of the Brambles. Ensures that none of them do connect. He's pretty low, but does have one charges and a Lotus to press if any sort of aggressive move comes in. And obviously on the other side, Noob doesn't have a huge amount of mana to play with. So it won't be any surprise burst for a little bit of time coming out from the Pango.
Smil, despite that death, keeping perfectly even with no one. But the 6 is popped, and the actual skirmish here for no one is not going to be easy. Coddle is not going to help him do any damage. He's just going to give Storm some mana. But if Storm can't fight, then the mana is not going to change that equation very much. This tower is going to take a heavy beating and might even fall.
Yeah, so a very, very good push here with the siege creep. GH and Samel doing their best to try and get them off the tower. Nightclass already coming in with the wraparound to start messing around with the Coddle. And this tower, they're going to bring Omar as well over. And they might be able to slow down it a little bit, but now they have to look for the deny. They're not even going to get that. Dukalis able to get the last hit in with the blast. That's a 6-minute tier 1 tower taken out.
It is good pressure from PARIVISION, bringing the right heroes to the right place. And this is not going to snowball into more kills, despite the fact that the towers died. Storm cannot be killed by PARIVISION's heroes early on, so he will continue to farm. But what it does do is it gives no one more space to push the wave in and farm the neutral creeps and economy, or potentially look somewhere else with his next ulti, if that's something he's interested in.
And what sort of game do you think this is for the Storm in terms of what that first major item will be for Samel?
It's a great Witchblade game.
Yeah.
I think you want armor this game, right? You're against Slardar, Weaver. The panel talked about the minus armor. It's triple physical damage cores. I think you're going to want Witchblade and Shivas at some point in this game. The question is, I think he's stronger than both of them.
Well, let's have a look. He's going to get caught by the pounce. He's not going to get the chance to stop PARIVISION from getting their Shrine of Wisdom. Going to get fueled up here by GH.
Oh, be careful, brother.
The Bash is coming in. The Dragon Tail stun's there as well. Samel is going to lose his life for that one. Tried to make this aggressive play to take away the Shrine of Wisdom, doesn't succeed in that, and does not succeed in getting out. All he gets is a support kill on the way out.
Not the end of the world. He does force some reactions, but no one takes the pressure of naturally being top and heads into hitting this top tower. Pugna here as well. The creep wave did get dragged on some wild goose chase, so they don't have that additional force here, but with T2000 only being level 5, not opting to defend this too much. And Coddle really likes to keep his towers alive. He wants to be able to maintain his areas because his aggressive potential is so bad. So if he can keep his stuff online, farm these stacks, we see him making some here. He needs to get to that 6 before he can really do anything in this game.
Samel looking to get aggressive onto 9 class. See if he's got enough mana to finish off the job. He's used a lot to go in for that play. Satanic's going to be able to get the bugs on towards Samel. See a blood grenade catch onto him as well. He should be okay. He'll have enough mana for a little bit of a jump. And it's enough of a jump. Yeah, back under the tier 2, so Samel not going to get the kill this time, but at least doesn't end up dying for his efforts.
That has massively hurt his economy, though. He TPs out, doesn't farm anything, attacks some heroes, runs all the way back to base, and then runs all the way back out. That's a long time that he's not touching creeps. And in the meantime, no one's picked a Badidi, and he's cleaning up the triangle, so PARIVISION cleaning up some towers, and also a little bit of a farm advantage in these past 45 seconds, minute.
I mean, because at this sort of stage of the game, is it down to Samel to be the one to try and look to go for these aggressive moves to set up some sort of chance to get kills in return against PARIVISION?
It's honestly really difficult for them to get kills anywhere. This Weaver is completely immortal. He can never die to anything in this early game. And with the mid tower being dead, it's very difficult to actually get to DK with enough numbers to kill him without him sniffing it out. Slaughter can run away from you. He's 1400 HP. You look at every lane and you don't really see any kills. And so I think his job is to farm and get fat, but with those kind of mishaps, he's fallen a little bit behind on the net worth too. It's going to be a slower game for Nigma.
I got the two of them maybe seeing if they can put any pressure in under the tower, but as you say, super difficult against the nature of these two heroes. Weaver and the Pugna feeling very safe in this position. Looks like Noob's going to shift his attempts over towards the mid. I mean, they can check for, of course, the 10-minute power rune. See if they get lucky with this one.
I think it's very unlikely to get any kill here.
That's going to go the way of no one anyway. Top, he gets the illusion, and Noob and Omar are going to just have to take the warp back to the bottom lane. Nothing to be found with this move.
They don't really lose out on anything, but you can... I think that move is indicative of how Nigma feels. They want to fight. They feel like their heroes want to skirmish, but PARIVISION is not going to give that to them. There's no openings for them, and that's not going to change anytime soon. Cold?
Cold!
Like, we talking Hachu or like brrr?
Oh, I think they've got to get some gloves on. Turn the heat up.
Right.
I think they are. I can see it. I think he's gone to turn the heating on a little bit.
Bizarre. I think that's normally something you take care of before the game is, you know...
Well, maybe the temperature suddenly dropped. You know, you never know.
Someone opened a window and
exactly.
a gust blew through. Whoosh.
Yeah. I think
they are wearing hoodies, so apparently it is nippy in there.
Yeah. He's getting his jacket on.
And he's putting on an overcoat. It is cold in there. He's got a hoodie and an overcoat.
It is cold.
My goodness.
There we go.
Boot camping on the North Pole. Surprised they could play with all that ping.
I mean, Satanic and DN don't look too cold. They just got the sleeves out. They're just in a t-shirt. They're chilling. But yeah, DeCarlos. Oh, get the extra lay on. Warm up. He's ready to go.
Back into it. About 1,000 gold away from the blink on DM. And no one going for that armlet, so going for that more that farm build, not trying to force too many moves early. And I can see the rationale for it. You look at his supports, it's this very classic PARIVISION style of annoying, building taking, but okay with playing this sort of weirder, slow game. Slark, Pugna, you don't have the follow-up damage on supports. So if you buy a Blink Dagger on DK, what's it going to do? Who are you going to kill? You don't have any damage to help you out. So buying the armlet, getting more fat, and saying, all right, I'll be the damage and you help me out, makes a lot more sense.
And 9 class will get some info here. See if we can maybe be cheeky, get a Ancient or two. Won't be able to. TH2000 and GH get the clean up on them. Ducalis definitely tempting the Pango a little bit there. Noob was thinking about going for that.
Not gonna get anything. And PARIVISION just farming all 3 lanes, a very split, very chill gameplay. Maybe when they get the Slaughter Blink, they'll look to disrupt things a little bit. But for now, content with the status quo.
And 9 class just continuing to just sort of be annoying. They have to use quite a bit if they ever want to go on him. Definitely not when the two of them here are just the GH Colt and the TA2000 are bad, and these two can't ever really start to make a move onto the support. So 9 class could continue to dance around, and we'll see a jump here on towards Ducalis in the river. Rolling Thunder comes out, but he got the Decrepify off in time. Doesn't matter. Life Drain's put to a stop as Noob's able to roll across them again. They'll manage to pick off the Pugna.
You can see that gold lead is staying steady, so PARIVISION not really building. They're playing very flat, and none of their heroes are pressuring any of Nigma's heroes, so both teams are just hitting creeps. It doesn't take a lot of skill to press the right-click button. Stacking camps, right-clicking creeps. GH is no stranger to stacking up on his Coddle and playing for that economy, so Nigma keeping pace. I'm not sure if their heroes benefit more from this type of a tempo. I think with PARIVISION getting these items, you could argue it favors them. We'll have to see how these things pan out.
PARIVISION, they want to try and get the catch onto Noob bottom. Noob moves in with a shield crash. The bug's out upon him. His Rolling Thunder, of course, still on cooldown. They'll look to chase him down, close the gap. It's going to be a death Pangolier.
Nice move. They waited for him to use the shield crash, knew that if it was still up, he could get away, so great patience.
And Satanic and Ducalis looking to poke behind the tier 1 tower here whilst no one gets the pressure on with the DK. It's 13 minutes here as they take out the third and final tier 1 tower, PARIVISION.
I just quickly wanted to highlight GH's item decision. If you look at his inventory, there's no wand. There's none of these. There's not really that many of these small items. He rushes the Pavis because he knows how important the physical damage is. This is some of the things that go into these little item build decisions that have a big impact. You see that the Weaver runs behind the tower and hits him. He might have just died there if he didn't have the Pavis. So these little things really, really add up. GH, an expert on his Coddle.
I'll take that.
Radiant are scanning.
I suppose the question now for PARIVISION is, after they've managed to get away with these early tier 1 tower pushes, where do they look to go next? Do you think that R&D just going to sit back, or like what sort of pressure's on them when they have this sort of advantage? Are they just pretty relaxed? To bottom, see if they can get the chain locked down, but don't feel confident that they can, so they won't go for it onto Satanic.
Oh.
Maybe now though, that was very sweet, but not quite sweet enough. Maybe actually for the Rolling Thunder, it's close. They'll drop down the vision. He's out at the sentry range, and the heals are coming in though.
That's unreal.
That was so close there to Omar nearly making an incredibly clutch play. He will not get away with getting the kill. He'll at least get away with the Shadow Realm.
Oh my goodness,
But,
that was close. Holy
they
crap.
nearly had him there.
Wow.
They were so close to having him there, getting that really nice angle with the Fear, just pushing him into the remainders of the Bramble.
What a play from Omar. That was super clutch and really close. But to answer your question, I think PARIVISION, they're not going to play for too many towers, I think, early game. They're waiting for that DK blink, and then I think they're going to look to get more involved again. As I say that, DM goes through the gate, so looking to fight down here. I think they want to include their Weaver in the game. He's extremely stronger now, and he wants to be in these fights.
I was going to get the Brambles off, but they have to be cautious on Nigma Galaxy. They don't have the Rolling Thunder. And obviously last time round, that was when PARIVISION were able to punish Noob.
Ooh, T2000 TP's bottom. They're really committed to this now, but they can't kill this Weaver, so could waste a lot of time for them as 9 class is giving the vision. They're going to know where they are very soon.
Got the Rolling Thunder back up in 15 seconds on Noob.
This could be really inefficient for Nigma. They may get this tower. PARIVISION may choose to give it up, but in the meantime, they're going to farm everywhere else on the map.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
PARIVISION, I won't give up any of their lives here to try and hold the tower.
Are fortified.
Fortification comes out. We'll see Nigma Galaxy start to slowly split back up. Samel will find himself a regen rune, swings back over towards the mid to pick that one up.
Under attack.
The rest of Nigma Galaxy should be able to finish off the tower. TP's actually coming in over towards the mid. They've got their eyes on DM. Can they get some sort of a catch here, Samel? Trying to tease around with the support. He's going to get back in on them, but does get caught immediately by a bash into a crush. It's going to be perfectly fine, though. We'll have the regen rune pumping, so bring him pretty much back up to full.
You can see in these interactions some of the damage issues that Nigma have. When you pick these skirmishy heroes, one of the problems that can arise if you don't have the proper net worth, that you can have issues actually bringing the enemy down once they get some of those items up.
And there's the opening onto Noob. He was not ready for that whatsoever. No one in DM ready and waiting to make that jump as soon as he showed.
In the meantime, Satanic looking for a fight, sort of bottom on TA2000. Might get his ult pop though. Who's fighting who? He's an absolute monster when he gets this Radiance. In these one-on-ones, he will eat you alive. Satanic losing a lot of HP. He does not have too much HP regen, so TA2000 doing a nice job down here.
He's got the full Desto now, so will be hitting very hard. Especially these supports are going to have to be very careful in the team fights. If Satanic's able to get an angle to get a couple of hits in, they'll get completely shredded. See the smoke play for Nigma Galaxy. The moment, not really on the same side of the map though as PARIVISION. See if they can get some sort of wraparound behind the tier 1 mid, but it is difficult because that tier 1 mid does still stand against them. See if anyone potentially falls for the bait of the creep wave. As Nigma Galaxy are set up here behind TA2000.
9 class canceled his TP to kill a ward, so it's 4v5.
Picks up the shield rune. Opens up on towards Noob. Samel going for a big step over towards DM. We'll get the Vortex onto him, but there's no real follow-up, so they have to pull back in Nigma Galaxy.
Not enough damage. PARIVISION's heroes are too slippery. Only the Storm can really lock on, but it's just a level 1 pull. a noob, lowest net worth on the cores. His follow-up is not really there yet. We see he has 2 Crimson Guards queued up, so no blink in the future.
Tier 2000 feels strong because he has the borrowed time, but there's 4 heroes here surrounding him. He'll get the backup coming in. Stamel looks towards 9 class. He'll immediately pop the Shadow Dance and back off 9 class. PARIVISION.
May look to dive here.
I was going to say, now that the borrowed time's on cooldown, could find a decent chance to get in. Wow. And it's a pretty nice one there for DM in with a 2-man crush. Stamel will be able to jump away. The GH will not be as lucky.
This tower is not going to be as lucky either. With no glyph and all this minus armor. Really? They're going to walk away? I thought they for sure would just take it for free. Okay. Looking at the other lanes. Starting to run across to pick people off.
Noob sort of sticks around there. He's going to get caught by the crush and the bash and the pounce. He's just dead.
Oh my.
They'll get the grab on towards 9 class, but the Decrepit find the heals there. 9 class perfectly fine, and now with the jump for no one, they're in on top of him. Abandon, who doesn't have his borrowed time available. That weren't great there, Quinn.
No, it's not.
Noob just sort of standing there, watching them approach him, felt that he was not going to die. He did, and then somehow the carry gets roped into it as well. Tier 2000 walks in and dies.
Nigma, to be honest, is just getting outplayed on the map. This team is not comfortable when they don't have kill threat, when they can't make those aggressive plays. You can see it in the way they draft, the way they pick, they play. They like to be grouped up. They want to join these fights. But this game, PARIVISION, in some ways, they're playing like they're kryptonite. They're split all over the map. Nigma Galaxy can't find a fight, and they can't kill anyone. They're too slippery.
And that is a rough moment there for Nigma Galaxy. It would have been rough as it was just losing sort of Noob once again, but losing their carry and losing the chance to have any say about the Roshan and the Aegis and the Tormentor. Suddenly we're sat at a 10k gold lead for PARIVISION here 20 minutes in.
And that's a full BKB on Dragon Knight as well, so he will not be dying in any fights in the future. He's going to keep scaling up, keep getting strong. Already got 300 HP talent at level 15. Why does Dragon Knight have a 300 HP talent? How is that balanced? Maybe in the patch tonight, that'll be fixed.
I hope so. I hope we're getting a nice juicy patch. I really do. But I've hoped before and it hasn't come, so I'll expect the least, and then I'll be nicely surprised if we do get something nice.
That's right. Hold your horses, chat.
Yeah.
Don't get too ahead of yourselves.
I've done it many times before. And the disappointment, I still feel it when it doesn't arrive. And maybe tonight.
Oof, 12k gold lead at 21 minutes. That is not what you want to see the Nigma Galaxy fans, and there are many of them, and their tears could fill the Pacific Ocean.
Noob.
Orchid on 9 class, full Orchid.
Tough one for Noob here. Really tough one. They're catching him out. It's not looking good for him. He's slipping down on the net worth. He's nearly going to be overtaken by both of the supports of PARIVISION.
Yeah, Pangolier is a hero that is really, really bad from behind. He's predicated on being ahead because his laning is so strong. He is that powerhouse early game. 2 nukes. Not many heroes have the luxury of having 2 strong nukes, and one of them also makes you tankier. But when you fall behind, you lack that catch, you lack the ability to stick on people, and PARIVISION is also drafted against it very well. Slardar, Weaver, Dragon Knight, and Pugna, all 4 of these heroes good against the Pangolier.
And back on with the push, PARIVISION. Tier 2 on the bottom lane. In trouble as they'll just have to let this go here. Nigma Galaxy try and scramble towards that next item. But they might not have long to do so. PARIVISION, they're approaching the high ground. Satanic, he's getting straight in there.
Goodness.
He's going deep. Get some information here with the bugs out. We'll back off and return to focusing the tier 3. Stamel trying to get some sort of a grab onto him. It's not going to happen. Satanic's out.
TP's top, they got what they came for, forced some reactions. And now, little bug gonna run all the way down top lane while PARIVISION retains some soft control of the triangle. Ducalis, you can see him sort of standing there. He's not really holding it, but he can back up, he can go in. They can tiptoe here in the meantime while Satanic pushes top in. And you can see what it does to the map. As Nigma getting bottled up around that tier 2 mid, no longer able to sneak out into this top lane.
How do they find a move to make Nigma Galaxy? It seems so difficult with the position they're in and with the heroes they have.
It really does. It really does. It's 9 class just scouting them all out, and they just can't kill him even with 5 heroes.
And they get the catch on Sumail. There will be a force to the side that allows Sumail to get out. GH doing his best here to hold things together for the team. They do get the opening onto Satanic. That's likely going to be the first life gone. Maybe not. Is he actually able to protect it? No, he's not. So that's the Aegis gone.
He could maybe die again.
So if they can do a second time and they make the jump over towards Ducalis, they kill the Pugner off. Satanic's considering turning back into the fight though. Noob, he's rolling away, doesn't want to stick around. TH2000 at the borrowed time forced out. It's something. They stop the Aegis push. They do manage to get a kill on top of it as well, taking out Ducalis. A little bit of breathing room here for Nigma Galaxy.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Sumail does go for the Witchblade. Has the Orchid queued up next. I can see why, right? There's all these slippery heroes. It makes sense, but it is going to mean you're not going to have that Shivas for a long, long time. And armor, I think, is going to be the key to this game. You need to survive PARIVISION's onslaught and be able to play a long fight against them, because it's unlikely you're going to be able to play a quick one. Slark save, Pugna save, so many tools, and AC coming out before too long from no one as well. So there's a lot of damage mitigation.
Yeah.
Bursting people is pretty unlikely, especially on the cores.
On top. Satanic and Ducalis, they've got their eyes on Sumail. Need someone else to come in with the control if they want to try and make an effort on towards the Storm. Get the read on their position now, so Omar, he's getting straight out of it. Sumail also does not want to hang around a moment too long.
No one in the meantime. Keeping control of this bottom area. Got an illusion rune. Pushing the waves in, continuing to get super farmed. PARIVISION knowing we're not going high ground right now. This is all pick up and farm territory. We're in mode build a lead.
9 class. He's in on a GH. It's not got anyone else to come in and connect with him though, so GH will be able to get out away from the Slark. And in these sort of positions as well, when you're behind against a Slark support, how as Nigma Galaxy do you even start to get any vision out on the map?
That is, you got to put some real sneaky wards.
Yeah.
You can see them. They have 2 that are actually all 4 wards on the map right now. So Nigma, 2 of them freshly placed. Slark is moving into that area. They have to be real worried that those go down soon, as Class has got 2 sentries just waiting for him.
In the top lane. Noob, he'll step away. Does not want to reveal himself on the wave. Sumail is looking towards no one. Does he get the grab on him? Even if he did, it's not going to be an easy target to tackle here, this Dragon Knight. No one. Absolutely massive. DM gets the opening with the Dragon Tail follow-up. The Force will allow Sumail to get back to the side. Noob having to use the Rolling Thunder to get back to safety. The push is going to start coming in from PARIVISION. They did force the BKB out for Satanic at least. Sumail tried to get the jump onto no one, but no one's got the BKB at the ready. TH2000 trying to stand at the front of the fight. He'll have to back off. They'll use the fortification, Nigma Galaxy.
No one uses BKB as well.
TH2000. He's going to be fine for now. Able to clear off the ward. Are able to slow down the push a little bit with those BKBs being used by PARIVISION.
One glimmer of hope for Nigma is Slark is very weak in team fights. He's a vision hero, he's a scouting, he's a thorn in their side, but when the actual fights break out, he's not that useful. So if they can survive, can keep playing off these shields, coddle heals, and go in and out, it is possible for them to win a long fight, to be honest. You can see it there at the base. That looked like it was almost scary for PARIVISION a little bit. And they're at 14k.
Yeah, back on with the push, Nigma Galaxy. Able to get out on the map, take the tier 1 mid. Next time round, the push from PARIVISION will be that much more scarier around that completed AC of no one.
Middle tower is under attack.
Satanic can have eyes on him. They have enough control. They've got the Vortex, so we're going to get the time lapse off. So they can continue to chase him with the dust upon him. It'd be a pretty huge kill if they can finish it. Sumail closing in on him, gets the job done. That's a big one to find there. Taking out the carry weaver, Satanic, dead for a minute.
And a rare feed from Satanic. We've seen a few of these throughout this tournament. He's been dying more than he has at prior tournaments. Not sure what it is exactly, but it can be really, really detrimental when you play like he does. He's such an economy gold-focused player, always wants to be top net worth. And when you are top net worth like that, you need to be staying alive. You need to keep that snowball going because you're playing a Weaver. You're not playing the end-all, be-all scaler in this game. And each one of these deaths, it really adds up. Sumail does have the Shivas queued up now, so if Nigma can get to some of these defensive items, we can see a potential fall-off for PARIVISION.
And it's still not going to be an easy one for them to come back into Nigma Galaxy. So showing that the potential can be there.
Absolutely can.
I see obviously around that sort of 15 minutes to 20 minutes, that specific minute as well, the 19 to 20 minute being the one where everything pretty drastically went wrong for Nigma Galaxy. But since that point, have managed to stop that lead growing anymore.
I came a long way to
Players do not seem very happy with Discord. It's been a recurring issue. Discord needs to check in PC.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be good to go pretty shortly. There we go.
There we go.
Straight away.
Speak of the devil, he shall appear. As PARIVISION Roche up in 2 minutes, you have to imagine that's what they're playing for. There is an Orchid up on TA 2000 now, so in hindsight, really good that Sumail didn't go for it. That redundancy, having 2 Orchids, would have been pretty rough for their overall itemization. So having just the one,
yep,
that's good. Gives you some Slark kill threat, some Pugna kill threat, and can force that BKB on the Weaver potentially, which could be huge.
Going over here with the TPs. They're going to look for the jump, TM. It's a 2-man crush. Look at the follow-up Dragon Tail onto tier 2000. Forward time will be there. Gives him a bit of safety. He's now on the retreat. 70% for Sumail. Very low on the mana. So if they get another jump here, PARIVISION. Nigma Galaxy, they have to run. If they lose just one support, they'll be happy. Looks like they might just lose 2, though. Dragon Tail in onto GH. Both supports going to pay the price.
His damage from DK is absolutely nuts. The minus armor from Slaughter, plus the AC, plus the DK passive minus armor is just out of this world. People are... That was even without the Deso and without the bugs. With everything combined, they might just one-shot the Abaddon through his ulti.
Yeah, they're certainly going to take down these buildings very, very quickly. Tier 3's gone. Mid-Brax exposed. Nigma Galaxy, what sort of defense can they pull together with just the 3 cores? It doesn't look like they'll be able to pull one together at all. That's the Mid-Brax just taken away. PARIVISION quickly sweeping up towards the top lane. Looks like they're going to get a full second set of barracks here with nothing that Nigma Galaxy can do against it.
That is not a good sign. And Roche, it's going to be a bottom Roche, and you've lost mid and top racks, meaning you're going to be constantly getting dragged away from that Roche. Actually getting 5 heroes and being able to commit them for a fight is going to be really difficult. Even though you have the outpost, in theory, PARIVISION has it taken, and these waves constantly shoving in are going to be a real problem for this upcoming fight.
They're going to try and get out on the map, Nigma Galaxy. Tormentor, already taken. Solid shard as well.
It's a great shard. What the heck is 9 Class's inventory, by the way? He like built half of 4 items.
Well, I think what was going on, he was buying the Ogre Club into the BKB, and then I imagine what happened is when he saw that Sumail wasn't going for the Orchid, he was like, well, you know what? I don't need the BKB anymore. I'm just going to treat myself to a Skadi.
All right, I mean, that does make sense. That checks out. Just, I don't think I've ever seen an Ogre Club and an Ultimate Orb in someone's inventory before. Like 9 Class, maybe a patch already hit and he's buying a new item I never heard of before. Gleeple's Blade or something.
He's very, very close to that Skadi, though. It's about 1,000 away from getting that second Ultimate Orb, so one of the faster support Skadi Slark timings you'll see. Roshan, is this going to be where Nigma Galaxy try and make that sort of last stand here in this game 1 against PARIVISION? Do they want to go for this? Try for the steal. It's got to be tempting. They've got a few good heroes that jumping in and out of the Roche pit.
Definitely can't kill this DK.
A little early with the jump for now. Roshan's still plenty of HP.
You can see GH stuck in the base dealing with these stupid waves, so it's only a 4-on-5 right now.
Here's the question, if you're no one, are you BKBing at the end of the Roche to finish it?
Probably.
You think you will? Because Nigma Galaxy, they're definitely going to want to try and jump this. And no one, he's surely going to know that. Does he BKB for safety? He does. BKBs, looks to clear the Roche. They will get the kill on it, Nigma Galaxy, but they won't get the pickup. No one able to secure the Aegis for himself. Now Nigma Galaxy have to run. The Crush is down to tier 2000. They'll force him back to safety. BKB popped by Satanic. They want to continue this chase on towards the Abaddon that's now without their borrowed time. Nigma Galaxy, they've got Sumail ready to jump back in. They do get the opening into the Rolling Thunder. It's good control on towards Satanic. Is it enough to kill him though? It's not. He's going to be fine. Gets the time lapse off, turns, takes out the Willow. They couldn't quite kill him. And now the escape has to be attempted to be continued by Nigma Galaxy. They're not going to get away with it. TA2000 gets caught, and Paravision, they're going to be ready to push up to the base once again. The buyback comes out from Omar, but TA2000 does not have the money for buyback himself. Short 750 gold. DM continues to play around with Noob outside of the base, out on the map. That's Noob gone. He's got buyback here on the Pango, but it's almost certainly not going to matter. The mega creeps are up here for Paravision. Sumail, caught by the silence, tries to slide back towards the fountain. He'll live, but the base in shambles here as Paravision are ready to close up this game one. And indeed, it's over. GG is called. Paravision take this game one. Nigma Galaxy, they just couldn't really get anything going in this. The numbers don't look too hot at the end of this one here, Quinn. 15-4, 30k lead for Paravision as they close this up.
Yeah, it was not close. I think.
See, can Nigma Galaxy step it up a little bit from what they were bringing out in game one? It worked great. You know, Paravision, they made it look pretty easy against them in that first match. Game two, Quinn, what are we seeing?
I think they've got much better chances. They've got TB in a very good TB game. They've got Axe. This hero is very good. I think it's also a better hero for Noob than Pangolier. And they've got the Sumail Invoker. We've seen him do really well in this hero prior in this tournament, and I think he has the potential to do well in it again. They are not, it's not a free win by any means. Paravision, I think, still favorites just off gameplay alone, but in terms of the draft, Nigma has definitely done better for themselves.
The battle begins.
Yeah, let's see if they can hold things together through the early game. They will find Satanic stepping into them, but Satanic's got a Blade Fury at the ready. The Fatal Bonds are out onto the three of them. So they will not mind chasing them down. Decent Flame Break as well.
What the heck? Excuse me?
Well, he's dead.
What? That was bizarre.
Sunstrike. They group up. 9 class is going to be fine. That's the first blood for Paravision, and for Satanic as well on the carry. He's going to be very happy.
He will. He will appreciate that. At the very least, he comes back to the lane with full HP. So it's not the end of the world, but definitely a very good start for Paravision.
Yeah, the lane that's any sort of carry plus Warlock's going to feel very safe. Obviously, eventually Satanic will also have a healing ward to play in as well, so a lane that's going to have a lot of sustain between the two of them up here.
Yeah, as Nigma decide, you know, we're not really going to play this lane. We're just going to drag waves.
Yeah,
very understandable, at least on these early few levels. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, obviously this last pick coming in from Paravision. DM getting the Centaur. What does that sort of mean here for this bottom lane? Is this a lane where they could threaten the Terrorblade, or is the Terrorblade pretty safe here?
I think it's pretty safe. Pugna is super good against Batrider. When you place the healing ward, or the nether ward rather, Batrider just cannot fight into you. And Centaur is not really an aggressive hero in a lot of cases, so Terrorblade is going to free farm. Centaur is going to do just fine. And I agree with what Mira said. I think the biggest thing Centaur is bringing to this game is the auras. We've seen this multiple times this tournament where Centaur playing against TB, he buys the Crimson Guard early, and this TB is just not able to fight for quite some time. We've seen it with Juggernaut in particular. So I think a lot of the plays will come through this Slardar, potentially ganking the Axe or ganking the Invoker, as bottom lane will be a chill fest for a little bit.
GH, my goodness, nearly finding 9 class there. That blast nearly taking down the kill, but not quite. 9 class has got a salve at the ready.
What's not a chill fest is his mid lane. No one is taking it to Sumail right now. This lane, I believe, is Slardar favored. So much armor. You have more damage than Invoker on the early waves, and you have got a better nuke. Invoker only Sunstrike and just last hitting skill. So no one doing a little bit better than he should, though. I don't think it's this good for Slardar. It's a pretty strong start.
Down bottom, they get the knockback onto GH. We'll see them come out now with the meta, but a good Who Stomp from DM will allow him to create space between himself and Terrorblade, so it'll be fine. I'm trying for the Courier Snipe there, but couldn't quite get the second hit in. Satanic will be careful with the micro as well. Doesn't want to feed his Courier away.
It's going to be a lot of just farming, I think, for quite some time. They haven't really picked big kill pairings in any place. It's going to be a lot about getting the gold up and looking for bigger rotations where you bring more numbers to stuff as a little more time passes.
Once they got the level 2 Blade Fury, maybe can push for something if they find the chance. Easy deny there for Satanic.
Mid lane continues to get opened up in terms of CS gap. 20-9 to 9-6. He does have a wave coming in, so it's a little bit inflated, but he's going to get crushed and messed with under this tower. It's not going to be easy to last hit here at all.
Let's have a look. That's one deny. Oh, not going to get the CS there.
TPing. Okay. Okay.
They get the kill. They got the Blood Grenade. Good damage as well with the Cold Snap. Crushing a bash to hold Sumail back, but
all right.
That is no one dead. Very much needed there. So good bit of backup coming in from Omar.
It's a very high skill TP. That's the kind of one that he may have just read, just clicked around and saw it. It didn't look like Sumail called it per se. It looked like just an individual skill thing from Omar, so no one gonna miss a few creeps from that of XP. Sumail getting a much needed breather, bringing things much more into a reasonable territory. Signs of life for Nigma.
Back to Carlos. Down here with the three of them tops. Sunstrike's going to be off the mark. Backup's now coming in for Satanic. He's got the Blade Fury and the body blocks as well on towards Noob. Noob.
Oh boy.
He's dead. Satanic able to kill him off there with some good blocking.
That was kind of just a misread of the situation. They thought they were stronger than they were.
At bottom. Getting the stacks built up here on towards GH. They're going to be able to find him with the double edge coming in from DM. And in the mid, no one. He's going to be able to chase down Sumail and get the kill solo. It's a little bit of an uh-oh there for Nigma Galaxy.
Just getting out-skilled, making mistakes on these lanes. Mid, Sumail's just been straight up outplayed by no one. Top lane, they get a little too aggressive. I think in this lane, there's not really any way you're going to pressure the Juggernaut. He has been available. Getting a little too optimistic there. Could have just farmed. Was doing really well in the CS on Noob, but now after feeding that kill, Satanic is absolutely enormous. Almost has the cornucopia and the treads this early on.
Very difficult to find the timing to dive him again. And look at this rotation. No one heads up towards the top lane to ensure that Noob continues to suffer. At least at the same time, they will find a kill. The back of the two supports coming in for TA2000 down on the bottom lane, but some of their cores on Nigma Galaxy starting to show signs of really struggling.
They really are, and this Invoker hero is not a fast hero. He's going to sit mid, he's going to farm, and he's going to cast Stun Strikes, but they don't really have much setup for these Stun Strikes. It's just a Bramble, which is not easy.
Mom, trying to come in with the setup here. Behind the tower, looking to find DM. He's into the trees, though. He'll get the Who Stomp off. TA2000 will still be able to finish the job off, though. So there's aggression in turn now from Nigma Galaxy. This time around, getting them a big kill. They're able to kill off DM on the Centaur.
Good plays from Omar. He's been the standout this game so far for Nigma Galaxy. TPing mid, and now the move down bottom. They may even get the full tower from this. Looks like they will with the push from TA2000, so Omar is absolutely cooking, and keeping him in this game. Without these kills, it would look incredibly dire as a start for Nigma with these.
Let's hear those 7-minute wisdom. Nigma Galaxy is going to be able to get over and take PARIVISIONs. And on the other side of the map, PARIVISION will be able to get over and take Nigma Galaxies.
No one leaned over for that, so he'll miss a little bit of creeps mid, but still doing much better than the Invoker. And now with top tower dead, And these kills from the Warlock, he is almost has rock. You have to imagine there is a mid move coming soon with Sumail being so vulnerable. You see 9 class around, so they are definitely eyeing it up. Glyph this wave and consider the potential. And the other cores of Nigma are really bad at TPing in. Axe with just level 1 Battle Hunger and TB 032. He's not joining any fights for a long time, so it's just the supports in Sumail if an attack does come mid.
So they want to try for the setup. Who's going to step a bit too close first? They'll just drop the golem on a GH. He's gone. Now on with the push. The side. Omar has to go for the Shadow Realm TP out. Cannot afford to stick around with PARIVISION here in the numbers that they have. It's going to be another very quick tier 1 tower here. 8 minutes in, they've taken the top, they've taken the mid.
Some great quick plays. I really like Satanic running here. It's a very natural move, but one that a lot of carry players would skip out on. They'd go back, farm the camps instead, but Satanic sees an opportunity. TP's top, barely misses anything and gets the full mid tower. Something that Invoker and these slow farming mid heroes really want to keep alive to protect where they can farm these waves, protect the camps behind the tower, and now a little more dangerous for Sumail to try to farm around this area.
Tier 2000 turned up to the top, was considering being a part of the push, but looks like he doesn't want to stick around or spend any more time up there. Wants to ensure that he can clean up the creep wave as it's pushed into the bottom tier 1.
Looks like they are just going to give it up. Somewhat surprising that they're not interested in defending this, because I don't think Nigma Galaxy is particularly strong, but it may just be the theory that PARIVISION has sort of decided on, that if we take these towers, we give this one up, it's more efficient to do this or that. Teams can have ideas about these things and just make a generalized call, sometimes not looking at the specific situation, because I do think defending here was probably the better call, but they opt for the safer route, not worrying about the fight and just farming it up.
Omar again just having to Shadow Realm TP out. Could not afford to stick around when Satanic's ready to go with the Blade Fury. A lot of damage to hit that Willow through the Shadow Realm.
Satanic, even though the tower dies, does not mean that he's been kicked out. I've seen this in similar games before, but just because the tower dies, it doesn't change the matchup. So Juggernaut still fully free to run all the way down this lane, almost has Battle Fury completed at 10 minutes. He is gigantic, and how many times this tournament and others have we said Satanic is super farmed? It seems just like a universal constant.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Tough for tier 2000 to keep up with him when Satanic's been given this sort of start.
Death, taxes, and Satanic being farmed. 3 unshakable qualities of the universe.
Nigma Galaxy, we did see them start to fall into sort of a similar position in that early stage of game 1, and they were never quite able to recover from it. I mean, this time round, you said from the draft that you do feel that there's a bit more hope for them with this lineup. Is there hope necessarily in the sense of their ability to make plays even when they fall behind here in the early laning stages?
Unfortunately, I don't think that is one of the strengths. If they had gotten off to a better start, I think they would have a lot going for them. But in this situation of being behind, that's when you see the weaknesses of having Invoker Terrorblade together and Axe with this bad of a start. Who's going to make plays?
Who's going to get that? Who's going to lead in and get their hands on someone, get that lockdown to open up a move? It's tough to see. And bottom lane, PARIVISION, they take another tier 1 tower. As you can see, now holding back for Dakalis, ready to just drop these golems, get these objectives, keep this pressure on, and continue to take away the map from Nigma Galaxy.
It's one of the incredibly difficult things about playing against super good teams like PARIVISION is their laning is just insanely good. They're so incredibly individually skilled, all the little things. If you fall behind early, PARIVISION's not a team to give you a foothold back for free, so Nigma Galaxy's going to have to earn it.
We saw, 9 class, he was have some fun there. He was happy to lasso Sumail's Helm of the Dom creep just to get it killed.
It's real hater energy.
Yeah, starting to show just, you know, already how comfortable PARIVISION are feeling with this lead. They are feeling very relaxed with this early advantage that they've managed to build up once again here in game 2.
They are. Can see DM already working towards the Lotus, so not actually going for that Crimson like we've seen in some other games against Terrorblade, feeling like TB's just not a threat at all. We don't need to worry about it right now. We'll apply this Lotus for the other heroes, the Axe Battle Hunger, the Cold Snap, Willow Spells. It's a great Lotus Orb game, makes a lot of sense. And he's already got 2 Blinks on his team, so buying a Blink early in the game would be a bit redundant. Too many eggs into one basket, so he spread his eggs all over the place.
Nigma. Is it going to be pretty much as soon as that Blink Dagger's online for Noob that you do look to smoke out and try and make a move?
I think so. You
just
got the Sunstrike.
Sure.
You can kill Jug 100-0. If he's alone, he gets Blade Mail called, he's dead with the Sunstrike, 100%. So you will have some options once you get that Blink online. It's just your hands are a little bit tied until then.
Well, they're going to try and smoke up beforehand. A little bit of an awkward position. It's just the 2 of them, Sumail and Omar.
They're scared about this Wisdom Rune, trying to defend it.
Dire's middle
Feel out this area.
I mean, PARIVISION, do you think, will they go over here and put resources into this, or they don't really care?
It doesn't look like it, and it's also a risky spot. Going for the enemy 14-minute Wisdom Rune, you got to be real sure about, because it's less XP than you think it is. It's not bad to steal, of course, but if you die for it, it instantly becomes not worth it. But they actually get 2. I'm not sure if they should have given up both of them like this. That's not ideal. Realizing a little bit late, they were farming the Ancient stack before, so DM had to go to base. It was a bit low, and because of that, missed out on that XP rune, so Omar up to level 8 now. Feels pretty good for him.
Still maintaining that gold lead, PARIVISION. Of course, Satanic still holding that quite a gap ahead of that, the farmer TA2000.
are scanning.
Nearly about a 2k gold difference between the carries at just 14 minutes in.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
TA2000, they've gotten the Blink on Bat. They want that carry kill. It's a classic place to look for it, but I don't know if they can actually get him with just the 2 supports. He has Thunder.
Let's have a look. So they'll have the lasso and the golem. They open with the golem, knock him back into it. He'll use the Thunder early because he knows that the lasso is going to be coming. They have an attempt with the life drain to save him, but he will go down. The TP's come in for Nigma Galaxy. Can they punish anything though? DM is going to be pretty much able to avoid the ice wall and the bramble. He's fine.
That was so high skill. Knowing just the time that he needed to lasso at, like, wow. Just wow.
Very, very well done. I mean, you saw it from both players, right? Because TH2, he knew that he had to just throw an early Sunder because of the fact that 9+ was being as patient as he was with the lasso. But definitely, either way, nothing to be done.
Oh, there it is.
There's the combo, and it's enough. Noob, though, can he get out after making that move?
Nice deny there. They get the... Oh my... What the heck, brother?
That was close, but no one will get the cleanup.
Kind of strange. Like, you can see if he's in range or not. So dunking it beforehand, like, you know what I mean? It's worse that way. It's less damage. But just hoping for a bit of a miracle there. Unfortunately, he's not playing right now.
But they kill the Jug.
They do. That's a big, big kill. Gets a lot of gold from that. We got the last hit. Noob does get it, so 530 gold just for himself. As he's got the smoke and he's ready to go again. Keeps using those Sunstrikes, and I like this idea. I like the initiative. Let TA2000 keep farming. Sumail, he's got the fake Midas into the real Midas, so he is Jungle City for a while, and it's all up to Noob to keep the money flowing in for Nigma.
Let's see what sort of chance he can find. Looks like he doesn't want to immediately get out onto the map. Starting to work just towards the Lotus. On the other side, DM, he has his Lotus Orb done. Satanic definitely going to be a bit more aware that these potential moves will be heading his way from Nigma Galaxy.
The gold lead has not really gone up, though. PARIVISION with a super dominant early game. So many moves. So many great kills, but now in that typical PARIVISION style, farming it up. Also in the typical PARIVISION style, talking about Discord.
Hopefully they're able to sort that quickly. I guess we're not quite at the spot where we saw Nigma Galaxy really tested in last game, right? It was that sort of 19 to 20 minute, that sort of timing where PARIVISION's going to be looking to make a move, turning into Roche, turning into a Tormentor. That was, we really saw the big jump up in lead for PARIVISION. So I feel like if you're Nigma Galaxy, you're looking towards that timing and making sure that you're going to have some sort of solid plan to either get aggressive yourself or be very prepared for the move PARIVISION is going to try and make in that, just that minute just before those 20-minute targets.
100%. Noob, he's got a smoke on him, farming down on this bottom lane, but may have spotted him. He's okay. But Satanic, after that kill top, he's been hiding in the woods. He knows that he can die, and so he's farming in much more safe spots. He's being more considerate, understanding where this axe is, and farming differently. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Satanic says, I don't want to be shamed.
I'm up. Pushing up pretty deep here. And will not get away with that at all.
Has completed the Manta for TA2000 now. He is keeping up decently well with Satanic, despite the super early Battle Fury. But hasn't quite interacted with the game yet. Another big kill.
They're going to catch. 9 class this time. They'll still definitely take what they can get here in Nigma Galaxy. Sure, it's not one of the big cores, but any little thing that they can find to just try and slow PARIVISION down, give more space on the map for TA2000 to safely hit the creeps.
That's 2 kills so far that Noob has found. And he's still eyeing up this bottom lane, staying off map, letting Pugna push the waves and sort of keeping that fear in PARIVISION. As it's Tormy time soon. And we'll see how the teams approach this. If Nigma wants to fight it, if they choose to give it up, what the plan is.
It definitely feels like around Noob's axe they could consider fighting. Wouldn't be completely off the table for them at this point. Even though they are this sort of 5k goal behind that of PARIVISION. Also going to be back up for PARIVISION. DM very close to having the Stampede back online. Of course, the Golem is there ready to drop. We'll see 9 class. Up on the high ground here, Nigma are making their way over. They want to have something to say about this 20-minute Tormentor.
Satanic TPing to smoke over as well, and 9 class has got a really good ward posture behind them. He may break their smoke, but be able to get the start.
Can they take this fight here, Nigma Galaxy? The high ground position. Who's going to get seen first? DM going in at the front. He's a tough one to really go on for Nigma Galaxy, so they have to respect him.
They're getting pinned into the corner here.
It's getting a little bit awkward now, and there's the jump. They're able to make it first here. PARIVISION straight on towards him. The call comes out from Noob, but it's only onto the Centaur. The Golem dropped down now onto Noob. The Stampede's ready to go. They run over the axe, and now they can turn towards GH and Sumail. Omar will buy back, but Sumail gets caught in a full Omni Slash. Satanic takes him out. That's going to be GH dead. And not going to get out with the TP there, TA2000. No one finds him with the bash and the crush. TA2000 will get a bit of safety with the fear coming out, but not enough to allow him to do anything crazy to turn this fight around. Triple kill for Satanic. Make that an ultra as he kills off Omar. A dieback from the Willow. They tried to get in position to set something up, but again, unfortunately for Nigma Galaxy, a little bit of a similar story to last game. This was sort of the crushing moment at which that lead for PARIVISION jumped up against Nigma in game 1, and it's happened again here. And this time, very much more of sort of Nigma's choice, right? They wanted to go for this move. They wanted to put everything into this play. It just didn't work out.
I feel like they felt like they had to. They're walking in, and it didn't feel natural at all. The whole sequence felt like this is just doomed to go poorly, and I think Nigma knew that too. But they could feel the writing on the wall that the gold is slowly creeping up. They're not getting that momentum they want. Nigma wants to play fast, and they haven't been able to find it. As I say that, holy moly.
Back in action indeed. That's always a big one to find. They can pick off Satanic like that. We'll slow PARIVISION down a little bit. Emphasis, though, on the little, because it won't slow them down a lot. That's going to be Noob in trouble. So they can get these sort of pickoffs, but it's just not really going to be enough to get them back in the game. They need something bigger than that. Nigma Galaxy, they're not getting him, and they're losing hero after hero after hero. GH is dead as well. They just cannot find a favorable trade, and this game, this series, this tournament is slipping away from them big time now.
And you can see the net worth disparity on these supports. It's having so much impact in these fights. Solar and Drummond, Ducalis, 9 class with the Blink, and now the Force finished up. They have so many more tools to do these things. The Lotus, the Crimson now completed, Stampede. They've got an entire arsenal, and it feels like Nigma just doesn't have anything up their sleeve right now.
You can see the frustrations here in this game. Not an easy one at all for Nigma Galaxy. And after a pretty rough game one as well, PARIVISION looking very comfortable in their control and moves around the playing field. And now with the Aegis on Satanic, that one little sort of trick that Nigma Galaxy's been getting away with, not going to work at all now for the next 5 minutes or so. This Jug's prepared with the Aegis.
He's got a reset button, and they're going to walk straight at this tier 2 with that reset button. I think Nigma has to try to find a fight where Centaur's a little bit split. This Crimson Guard is going to be way too problematic for TB, but it feels like you need to find a way to get him involved. The Butterfly on Jug too. They're building tools to deal with him. It was meant to be their big damage dealer. They picked it on 18. It's supposed to be their Knight in Shining Armor, but definitely not shiny.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
There we go. 24 minutes coming up. PARIVISION are in a position where they're ready to go into the base. Noob will get the call off here. Onto the two of them. Cataclysm coming in as well, but it's going to be enough to burst through the Jug the once. Samelde's caught in the Fatal Bonds. He's taking a lot of damage. He's trying to run, but no one's in with the crush. That's going to be Noob and Samel dead. They got the Aegis out of the hands of Satanic, but that's all they'll get. And they may continue to lose heroes here. No one in on the tier 2000. A great flame break to knock him back. He's gone. Omar will move forward, but they just do not have the damage between the two of these supports to threaten anyone on PARIVISION. As PARIVISION can resume the push, take the tier 3, move on to the barracks.
This is just an outclassing. PARIVISION showing why they won so many tournaments last year. It's because they're great players and a great team. Made the decision to not change at all after TI. Took a break to reset some after, skipped out on a couple of tournaments, but with a strong showing in this series, putting themselves in a great position to move on in the tournament.
Nigma, I might just have one final move in them at this point. PARIVISION showing how easily they can take a team fight, even if these ultimates, and so it was more so the jump is there from Nigma Galaxy. At this point, it's going to take some sort of 5-man call into a full combo really to have a chance of starting the fight in a way that allows Nigma Galaxy to get the cleanup in their favor. It's just not happening.
No, it's not. They're going to need some perfect jump, bursting at least one hero right off the bat with the Cataclysm. You need to reduce these numbers. Maybe be able to play a long fight where Sumail can pop off, get some big Tornado Meteor plays. You just have the Exort Mat, so these spells do a lot of damage if they can get them off. There's no pipe from PARIVISION, just the Crimson, so the magic damage can still work.
Looking at DM. Very, very tanky on the Centaur. They've got the call on him as well. Get him down to about half HP, but it's not enough. He's able to just stampede out of this, and now no one's made the jump straight over towards Sumail. The Decrepify comes in an effort to keep Sumail alive, and it will allow them to turn and take no one down.
All right.
Pretty much the best trade that Nigma Galaxy has been able to find so far this game. Only losing there, Willow, but gaining the opportunity to take down the Slardar. Looks like the fight's not over, though. PARIVISION get the chance to get a grab on a GH.
Still, I think it's a decent trade for Nigma and shows...
Noob's going to try and keep this going. He'll get the call off. The Cataclysm's not enough, though. Satanic's going to be fine. The Hoostomp comes out on towards Tier 2000 and Noob. They're trying to run, but the Omni Slash comes in. Zamail getting caught very low. Turn with the Deafening Blast trying to put them back. Maybe they can secure Satanic. He's under the Tier 2. He's trying to run. DM, though, back in with the jump. Has the stun on his Zamail. Tier 2000 desperately trying to chase down Satanic. He cannot kill this Jug, though, as Tier 2000 has to start backing off himself. They just don't have enough left to throw at this Juggernaut, and Satanic and DM, they're ready to come back in over towards GH. The fear being teased by Omar. Satanic jumps in, the quick swift slash. He's ready to turn his efforts over towards the Pugner. DM holding Omar back in the base as PARIVISION playing around with Nigma Galaxy now. They'll get him with the stun. Almost the crush. Don't have the detection on the front of them now, but now they do. No one able to get the ult in on towards him. The Decrepify will allow GH to get back up to the high ground. I mean, you can really feel it. You know, Nigma Galaxy, they're trying to throw whatever they have at PARIVISION to try and find some ways through these calls and these cataclysms to get back in, but it's just not happening. And with each attempt, the game drifts further and further away from them.
It's just hard. 20k gold lead at 28 minutes. We're talking massive items on each hero difference. Overcoming that amount of net worth. They honestly did a great job. Baited Satanic deep under the tower. Got the Sunder off. We're so close. Just needed a little bit more. Now the Nullifier up on no one. So we saw him overextend. Die trying to kill the Invoker before. Now with that Nullifier, can maybe solo kill any of the supporting cast, just running them down. No Decrep for you anymore.
Radiant are scanning.
Nigma, what's the plan? They're trying to get out on the base. Tier 2000 will be able to pick up the Daedalus. Quickly heads back to join the rest of the team here. On the defense on the top side. DM heading out under the vision, but
he's so deep.
It's like, yeah, what can you do about this? Do you really want to jump the Centaur?
Wow. That's 4 heroes just looking at him. D-ward, 2 wards, and they can't do anything about it.
PARIVISION perfectly fine here to play this one out safely.
Dire are scanning.
And they're content to just split the map, farm up, wait for that Aegis. I think they felt how close that last fight was to going badly for them and thinking, all right, if we're going to start approaching more of these towers, we're going to want an insurance policy. And Roche, he's going to be the one they go for.
Here comes the smoke from PARIVISION. Nigma Galaxy, are they prepared for this? Close there. PARIVISION still, though, can look to move over towards the bottom half, see who they can find. At the moment, cores are out of here. I said that there was Tier 2000 is stepping outside of the base to try and get these camps close to the high ground. They're going to see him. They get the Golem to start things. Satanic ready to jump in here. He'll try and take this off with the illusions and get kind of lucky there, but will not have a target to Sunder. With the Blade Fury up against him, so that's Tier 2000 dead for a minute. No buyback.
That Tier 2 is not long for this world, and the high ground potentially afterward. They have Blade Mail call Cataclysm, and they're going to need to find an opening for it as they smoke Noob up. Shield rune on Satanic, though, and the 3 hits healing ward.
What can they do? 4 versus 5. Up against the lineup, a team that is so far ahead right now. PARIVISION, they'll get Koi on the front, but they're just able to just pretty much turn. The Lotus will buy a little bit of safety here for Noob, but we're not allowed to get out. They will manage to take out 9 class here off to the side, but Samel's got to be careful. Starting to fall low, they'll heal him up with the life drain. PARIVISION They've done what they wanted to do here in the mid, taking out the racks. They still have the tier 2 to deal with on the top lane, so they can hold back, look to bring that wave round.
Yeah, Ag's now up on Centaur, so whatever hope you had of bursting people with the Blade Mail Call Cataclysm, that's down the drain and turned into slop that's going to be on Centaur's cart, hauling it away.
This is a pretty bold play here, but you know, you have to try for these, making this smoke whilst they don't have Noob in play. You know, there's no axe here for this smoke move. Just seeing if they did find one of the squishier heroes out on their own. It's not going to be the case. They only end up walking into the Centaur. Meanwhile, Tormentor's claimed. DM will want to get the shard. And Roshan, it's going to be up in 30 seconds.
Nigma, I think you have to try. You have to see if you can find any possible way to burst heroes. It looks hard.
It is hard. Very hard. I mean, if they can somehow swing this game up against PARIVISION that's nearly 30k ahead around this 30-minute mark, this would be something incredible. PARIVISION, they are just one swift blow away from closing this game up, closing this series. Let's see if they can find it here. They get the jump straight in on towards Samael. That's Samael gone. T8000, he's on the run, but they're ready to chase him down. They're also going to get the jump on a GH as well. They're off to the side. They'll get some sort of safety here with the Ghost Scepter, but they'll be able to take him low through it. He will get the heal off, so he'll live. Not to the side, they did the Night Glass. T8000 is able to get off the Sunder, and the dunk from Noob sets up for the double. It's something here from Nigma Galaxy, but is it going to be enough? GH, he's going to stand his ground with a life drain.
So unlucky.
Satanic and Ducalis, they're not done yet, of course. They're looking for TA2000. He's going to go for the TP out. He's away. Not bad.
A 2 for 1
is...
is...
the situation that they're in, you got to give that a not bad.
That's fantastic, considering the
there
situation.
we go. You'll give it a fantastic.
Stupendous, whatever adjective you want to come up with. Down 30k at 30 minutes, getting a 2 for 1. That's more than good.
Oh. GH. And it proved, obviously that last fight as well proved to be rather tricky to deal with. Not too tricky when the jug comes through like that though. He's didn't get a chance to press any buttons there. A couple of hits from Satanic, and the Pugna is dead.
And Roche probably soon to follow.
Does Noob go for a crazy play?
He better hurry up if he wants to.
Yeah, he's not hurrying up. And if he goes now, it's too late. Now it's Roshan on the edge is gone. He better get out of here. He's sticking around. I mean, off to the side, PARIVISION are moving in. I don't think Noob's going to have any interest in showing himself. They'll have to just let Omar go down. Omar does have buyback available for when the push comes in.
And the push is coming in very, very soon.
There it is.
Mid-Wane is shoved.
Still have that tier 2 on the top lane to deal with, though.
That's true. I wonder if they're just going to go for the jugular. Straight for the throne. As top lane is pushing it. Oh, they're going to backdoor this tower, huh?
I should be able to do that.
And most certainly can.
Damage the Satanic's got online, slowly but surely. The tier 2 taken out through the backdoor protection. And they're ready to go up to the high ground. They're going to be having the mid lane and the bottom wave pushing in. Nigma Galaxy, 10 seconds until they got the full lineup. Noob will get the opening here, but in return, jump from no one. They'll get the lasso off onto tier 2000. It's a big catch. They've managed to catch the Terrorblade. He's gone, and he does not have the money for buyback. They could not afford for Satanic to get, for TA2000 to get caught like that. Dead for a minute. Can Nigma Galaxy really hold 4 versus 5 without their carry against Satanic's Aegis? I don't know. They'll get the call off. Being able to drag him in a little bit. DM in with the Hoostomp, going pretty deep, but feels that he can with how tanky he is in there. The jump ball with the slash. Huge damage coming out now from Satanic. They'll get the bash and the crush onto Samael. He's gone. He does have buyback available. It's a good call. They're going to be able to drag them into the fountain. That's him gone the once. Can they set up to kill Satanic a second time? They're getting a position. They're not able to stop him from getting the blink off. So the Aegis is gone, but Satanic will keep his second life intact. Gets out of the fountain. They're able to reset PARIVISION. They got the mega creeps. And now they're ready to look onto the tier 4. Still 20 seconds until they get the backup here from the Terrorblade. The lasso catches GH. He's out. Dead without buyback.
Healing wards out. Everyone back up to full soon.
The tier 4s getting completely destroyed here by PARIVISION. Noob is in with a call. He'll get it on towards no one, but didn't quite manage to grab Satanic. That's Noob gone. He's got the buyback available, uses it immediately. Ancient now exposed. Noob.
2000.
It's going to be fine at tier 2000. We don't look to get the jump on him yet. So let's be so careful, and Noob has to get perfect Berserker's calls off, because the Ancient getting beaten down now by the siege creeps. PARIVISION 40k gold lead, ready to close this one up.
Satanic's not even there. He's farming and getting runes.
He's not needed, as it seems. No one. Just ready to end this. Hitting the Ancient. They got to do something soon here. And in fact, no one actually ends up taking a lot of damage. Noob's in with the call. He's actually might just be able to kill him. The dunk comes in. That's no one gone. No one will buy back. Omar off to the side, run down by DM. They'll come in with the ultimate straight away, cutting down the Terror Blade. That's tier 2000 out again without buyback. The fortification comes to an end as PARIVISION close up the game, close up the series. A 2-0 for them today, an important one.